Hi, and welcome to Belly to Belly. And today we are going to talk about SelectUSA 2022 preparation. And we're joined by rcombs from the Research Triangle Regional Partnership, which is a mouthful. Ryan, welcome. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks. It's so nice to be with you today, Bill.
Oh, it's great to have you. And so, I think our audience, as I mentioned, they're from all over the world. They're looking to expand into the U.S. and we're really trying to provide them with some highlights of really good connections that they can make while they're at SelectUSA and ideally even pre-connect so that their time at SelectUSA is more productive. So maybe you could take us through a little bit about what your organization does to help companies entering the U.S. and specifically into the Research Triangle Park area.
Sure. So as you mentioned, I'm the executive director of the Research Triangle Regional Partnership. North Carolina is comprised of 100 counties, and I represent 12 of those counties. We're one of the fastest growing regions in the country. We've got about 2 million residents in our region alone. North Carolina has 10.5 million residents. And my job really is to go out and promote the Triangle region and attract investment back to the region. And so when companies come, one of the things I do is I play the connector role. And my job is to help. I know when companies are looking at the United States, they're overwhelmed with the size of the country, and they're really nervous about what makes sense. Where should we go? They know the larger markets. They know New York, they know Boston, they know San Francisco and LA. But there's so much more to the United States. And so my job is really to expose them to the strengths of our region and shrink the country and make them feel welcome and let them see that they can do everything they need to do business-wise here in the Triangle region.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And certainly you guys have just been burgeoning in terms of growth of so many different industries. And thinking about SelectUSA and obviously you've been involved for years, why are some of the, or what is it about SelectUSA that really attracts you and helps in terms of your connection to companies coming in from overseas?
Well, the U.S. Commercial Service does a really good job of promoting SelectUSA internationally. And we see lots and lots of investment coming overseas, especially from Europe, a lot of investment from Europe. And so SelectUSA really is a great opportunity for companies to come learn how to do business in the United States, but it's also a great opportunity for organizations like mine to be exposed to a lot of companies in a short period of time in one location in Washington, D.C.
That's perfect. So, thinking about SelectUSA, and there are obviously so many different components. One of the components are the SpinOff events, and you all are hosting a SpinOff event that's associated with SelectUSA. Maybe you could give us some highlights of that and what, who's particularly, a good target or a good prospect to come to your SpinOff.
Sure. So our region really is kind of a microcosm of the United States. We've got an urban core centered around the Research Triangle Park, which is the largest research park in the country. But we also have rural communities that are just right outside of our urban core, where we're really doing a lot with manufacturing. And so you can come, you can do your R&D. We have 3 Tier 1 research universities within a 30-mile radius of one another. Companies love to come and do research with those universities. It's very easy to work with them. They're coming for the talent as well. We have 12 colleges and universities here, 176,000 students, 46,000 annual graduates. So the talent pipeline here is very unique, and it's not replicated in a lot of parts of the country with the high concentration of graduates and especially PhDs. Our region's the 4th highest concentration of PhDs in the country. But, for us, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people still don't know the story of North Carolina. They don't know the story of the Research Triangle region. And so for us, being a spinoff city is great because it gives us the opportunity to expose international companies to what's happening here. We've got, we're the 4th largest life science cluster in the United States. We're one of the fastest growing tech sectors in the country. Both Google and Apple are both building big tech campuses here. We're very strong in agriculture technology as well. North Carolina still our largest sector is agriculture. It contributes about $100 billion to our economy every year. Clean tech, and then I've already mentioned manufacturing. So we've got something for everybody. It's a very diverse region, and there's a way for everyone to fit in here. So it's just, like I said, The spinoff is an opportunity for us to showcase the strengths of our region and expose those international companies that may have never heard of us to a different part of the United States.
Oh, that's great. And so, again, thinking about these companies that are coming, and in some cases they've been the founders and representatives have been to the U.S. before. They may have operations already here, and in other cases, this is a first visit. What are there some recommendations you would have so that they get the most out of the event?
I certainly would use the app. I know you and I were chatting about that earlier. The app for SelectUSA is the best way to connect with as many people as possible. And I think my advice would be meet with as many people as you can, ask as many questions as you can. And what I think is really unique about the event and special is that almost everyone there that is from the United States is there to help. And most of us, like myself, we're paid to help you. So it's a free service. So meet as many people as you can, take as many meetings as you can. You never know who will be able to help you when you get there.
That's really great advice. The app, it's just a fantastic tool. So it's great to hear you reinforcing that. Well, this has been really helpful, Ryan. I really do appreciate it. Is there maybe one or two highlights or industries that are right now particularly attractive to come into your region that really you're seeing high demand for?
Well, I've already kind of mentioned the industries that we're seeing, but life science, obviously, over the COVID pandemic has been the hottest, both from a research and manufacturing standpoint. I already mentioned tech is booming as well. Agriculture technology, especially around plant sciences and animal health, we're strong in both of those. But it's really, we run the gamut, but you'll see a lot. You'll see a big announcement today from North Carolina in the manufacturing space. And so good things to come. We just had Toyota just announced a battery manufacturing plant a couple of weeks ago here in North Carolina as well. So we really are very diverse.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time today. We'll put your contact info in the description, and certainly want our audience as well to like and subscribe so you stay in touch with all of our great content. But thank you again, Ryan, for taking the time to share all this great info today.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
My pleasure.